think one of the things that I notice is that we can do, which is almost the antithesis of what we want to, is where we can often be so passionate about, I need to explain what the Christian message is, that we actually, again, we miss listening to the individual. We miss hearing their journey and their faith. And I think as we listen and we're willing to engage them, we take away a few of the characteristics that we sometimes can be pegged with as Christians. One is being defensive, that we will get defensive when someone says something, or judgmental. We hear about something they're doing and we start to judge very quickly. Or we can also be on the side where we feel very argumentative, where, okay, let me argue why Christianity is the way and the truth and the life. I think of one of the examples is one of my friends from overseas. She actually is someone who's quite traditional and in her Islamic faith, and she really had a deep desire to know and connect with who God is. When I asked her specifically, I said, do you think that when you die, you will actually be pleasing to Allah and actually make it to heaven? She said, Inshallah, Lord willing, I will. And I said, would you want to be sure? And she said, I would love to be sure. And so one of the things I explained to her is I said, when you look at Jesus, I know you have your understanding of who Jesus is through the Quran, but when you look at Jesus, one of the things that he says is that he is the way, the truth, and the life, and that he actually is so much more than just a prophet, but he has actually become God incarnate to us. He has actually become that substitute for our sin and wrong. And through that substitution, as we believe in what he's done on the cross, we can actually have confidence that we have eternal life and we have been forgiven, and that every debt, every sin, every penalty in our life has been paid for. So I said, when we trust in him, we have that opportunity to be confident that we have eternal life, because every sin, every wrong has been paid for. And at that moment, she just paused. She got quite teary-eyed and she said, oh, Dorrie, inshallah, I would love that to be true. I would really love that to be true. And you could just see this tension, in her heart as she was wrestling with this, of saying, I have my tradition, my family, and my religious system, but I would love to have that freedom, that forgiveness that is true and certain. The key word that comes to mind for me is grace. When we treat someone with a sense of grace and with a willingness to listen and a willingness to engage them, then as they share their journey, we have a great opportunity to speak into that and to be able to speak the unique thing that Christianity offers, which is grace, which is that aspect of forgiveness and that free gift of eternal life, which is not offered in any religious system. And so being able to engage at that level often takes defenses down and makes it less about winning an argument and more about connecting with the person's heart.